The SS Hope sailed smoothly through the vastness of space, its engines humming with energy. Captain Elena Ramirez stood on the bridge, her eyes sparkling with excitement. This was the first time a human colony ship had reached the Xylox trade hub, a bustling center where various alien races traded goods. The crew buzzed with anticipation, eager to explore this new world and meet its strange inhabitants. As they approached the hub, colorful lights and towering structures filled the view. Ships of all shapes and sizes floated around, some sleek and fast, others bulky and ancient. It was a vibrant scene, full of life. Elena felt a mix of pride and nervousness. Humans were about to make their mark in a galaxy that often saw them as insignificant. "Prepare for docking," Elena commanded, her voice steady. The crew moved quickly, following her orders. They had trained for this moment, and she believed they could make a good impression. As the SS Hope docked, a loud thud echoed through the ship. Everyone held their breath, hoping everything would go smoothly. The airlock opened with a hiss, and Elena led her crew into the trade hub. They stepped into a vast hall filled with aliens of all shapes and sizes. Some had bright blue skin, while others had tentacles or feathers. The sights and sounds were overwhelming. Merchants shouted, offering their goods while shoppers haggled over prices. It was like stepping into a different world. Elena took a deep breath, reminding herself of the mission. They needed food, supplies, and perhaps new technology. But as they moved deeper into the market, they quickly noticed the looks they received. Many aliens stared at the humans with confusion or amusement. A few laughed openly, pointing at their strange clothing and simple tools. "Look at those humans! They think they can trade here?" A tall alien with green scales sneered, standing next to a group of his friends. They chuckled, their laughter echoing in the crowded hall. Elena felt her heart race, but she refused to show fear. She had come here to prove that humans were not to be underestimated. Elena stepped forward, her voice strong. "We are here to trade. We offer valuable goods and technology. We can be useful partners." Her words hung in the air, and a hush fell over the crowd. Some aliens exchanged glances, surprised by her boldness, but the laughter returned quickly, louder than before. "Useful partners? Please! Humans are nothing but children," shouted a small blue alien with large eyes. His friends roared with laughter, and Elena felt anger bubbling inside her. She knew they had to stand their ground, but it was difficult. This was not just a simple trade. It was a chance to show that humans were strong and capable. "Let's not waste our time with these fools, Jack," one of her crew members whispered. He stood beside her, his fists clenched. "We should leave before they humiliate us further." "No," Elena replied firmly. "We cannot back down. We must show them that humans deserve respect." She straightened her back and looked around the hall. "We are not afraid of you," she shouted. "We are here to trade, and we will prove ourselves." The crowd fell silent again, shocked by her words. A few curious aliens leaned in, interested in what would happen next. Elena's heart raced, but she stood tall, ready to face whatever came next. Just then, an alien merchant approached them. He had multiple arms and wore a long, colorful robe. "You humans are bold," he said, a hint of respect in his voice. "But if you want to trade, you must first prove your worth." "Show us what you can do!" Elena felt a spark of hope. Maybe this was their chance to change the minds of the aliens. The crowd watched, intrigued as Elena and her crew prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. They would show the galaxy that humans were not just weak creatures. They were strong and determined, ready to make their mark among the stars. As they stood in the bustling trade hub, a sense of unity filled the crew. They were here together, ready to face anything. The humans would show the aliens that they were more than they seemed. The journey had just begun. As the crowd of aliens surrounded them, Captain Elena Ramirez felt the weight of their gazes. The merchant with many arms looked at her and smiled. "If you want to trade, you must first prove your strength. We will challenge you to a series of contests. Are you ready?" Elena glanced at her crew. They were nervous but determined. This was their chance to show the aliens that humans were not to be underestimated. "We are ready," she replied boldly. "What are the challenges?" The merchant clapped his hands, and a few alien warriors stepped forward, their eyes gleaming with excitement. "The first contest is a strength test. Each human will face an alien warrior in a match. We will see who is the strongest." Elena nodded, knowing this would be tough. The crew gathered together, whispering words of encouragement. Jack, who had already shown great courage in their previous encounter, stepped forward. "I'll go first," he said, determination shining in his eyes. The crowd parted as Jack approached the center of the hall. An imposing alien warrior, tall and muscular, waited for him. The alien grinned, showing sharp teeth. "You think you can defeat me, human? This will be easy." The crowd laughed, and Jack felt a knot in his stomach. But he stood tall, shaking off the fear. The contest began, and the two fighters circled each other. Jack remembered his training. He needed to be quick and smart. The alien lunged at him, but Jack dodged to the side, using his speed. He struck the alien's side, surprising everyone, including the alien itself. The crowd gasped. Jack's heart raced as he saw their reactions. "Keep going!" Elena shouted, her voice breaking through the noise. With newfound energy, Jack continued to fight. He ducked and weaved, using his agility to avoid the alien's powerful swings. In a final burst of determination, Jack feigned left, then quickly switched to the right, delivering a swift punch to the alien's jaw. The alien stumbled back, shock painted across its face. The crowd erupted into cheers, stunned by the human's victory. Jack raised his fists in triumph, and Elena felt a swell of pride. "You did it!" she exclaimed, pulling him into a quick hug. "You showed them what humans can do." The merchant clapped again, looking impressed. "One match won, but the next challenge is more difficult. It will test your minds, not just your bodies." The next contest was a test of strategy and problem-solving. The merchant led the crew to a large table filled with strange pieces and puzzles. "You must work together to solve this challenge," he explained. "If you fail, the next match will be against our best warrior." Elena gathered her crew around the table, studying the puzzle. "We can do this," she said, her voice steady. "Let's think clearly and work together." As they began to work on the puzzle, Jack and two other crew members shared ideas and strategies. They communicated well, each offering suggestions. "What if we move this piece here?" one crew member asked, pointing at a section. They tried it, and the puzzle began to take shape. Minutes felt like hours as they focused. The crowd watched closely, their interest piqued. Elena could feel the tension in the air. Just as they were about to give up, Jack exclaimed, "Look! I think I see how it fits." With his guidance, they quickly adjusted the pieces, and with one final move, the puzzle clicked into place. The crowd erupted into applause, and Elena couldn't help but smile. "We did it! Great job, everyone!" The merchant looked impressed. "Humans are not just strong, you are clever too." But now we move to the final challenge, a test of skill and agility. He grinned widely, and Elena felt a thrill of excitement. They had proven themselves in strength and strategy, but this last test would be crucial. As they prepared for the final challenge, the crew felt a new sense of confidence. They had faced ridicule and doubt, but now they stood united and ready to show the galaxy who they really were. This was their moment to shine, and they were determined to prove that humans could not be underestimated. With their hearts pounding, they awaited the next challenge, ready to show the aliens that they were more than just a joke. They were humans, and they would not back down. The buzz of excitement filled the air as the crew of the SS Hope celebrated their victories in the challenges. Captain Elena Ramirez felt a wave of relief wash over her. They had proven their strength and intelligence, and the crowd's attitude was beginning to change. Aliens who once mocked them now looked at the humans with curiosity and respect. But Elena sensed that not everyone was pleased with this new turn of events. That evening, after the contests, the crew gathered in their ship's common area to discuss their next steps. They felt hopeful and energized, ready to make new trade deals. As they talked and laughed, Elena noticed Jack looking out of a small window. His face was serious. "Jack, what's wrong?" Elena asked, walking over to him. "I don't know, Captain. Something feels off. I just can't shake the feeling that not everyone is happy about our success," he replied, still gazing into the distance. Elena frowned, sensing his unease. "You might be right. We have to stay alert. Let's be careful and keep our eyes open." The crew nodded in agreement, the mood shifting slightly. They were no longer just fighters, they were now targets. The next morning, Elena decided to explore the trade hub further. She wanted to meet more merchants and learn about potential partnerships. As they walked through the crowded streets, Elena noticed a group of aliens whispering and pointing at them. One of them, a tall alien with bright red skin, looked particularly angry. "What are they saying?" Elena wondered aloud. Jack, walking beside her, strained to listen. "They're talking about us," Jack replied quietly. "I heard the word humans and fools." I think they're plotting something." Just then, a loud crash echoed through the market. Merchants and customers scattered in fear. Elena's heart raced as she turned toward the sound. An alien ship had just landed too hard, causing a commotion. But Elena quickly realized that this was no accident. It was a distraction. "Look!" she shouted, pointing to the side. A group of aliens was sneaking toward the SS Hope, trying to enter the ship. "They're going for our technology!" Without thinking, Elena sprinted toward the ship. Jack and the rest of the crew followed closely behind. They couldn't let the aliens steal their technology. It was crucial for their survival. When they reached the ship, the aliens were already inside. "Stop right there!" Elena shouted, her voice echoing through the halls of the SS Hope. The intruders froze, caught off guard. "Leave our ship!" Jack yelled, stepping forward with clenched fists. The aliens exchanged nervous glances, realizing they were outnumbered. One of the aliens, a thin creature with multiple eyes, spoke up. "We only wanted to see what makes you so strong. You humans have embarrassed us in the contests. We cannot let that happen again!" Elena felt anger rising within her. "You think stealing from us will make you strong? That's a coward's move. You should be ashamed." The intruders began to back away, but one of them suddenly lunged for a control panel. Jack reacted quickly, tackling the alien before it could do any damage. The rest of the crew joined in, forcing the intruders out of the ship. "Get off our ship!" Elena shouted again, her voice filled with authority. The aliens scrambled back, realizing they were beaten. They fled into the streets, leaving the crew panting but victorious. "That was too close," Elena said, wiping sweat from her brow. "We need to secure our ship better. They might come back." The crew quickly began checking their equipment, ensuring everything was in order. Jack looked at Elena, concern still etched on his face. "Do you think there will be more attacks? What if they have allies?" "We need to stay vigilant," Elena replied, determination shining in her eyes. "We've proven ourselves in strength and intelligence, but now we need to show our resilience. We are not just humans, we are survivors." Later that day, as they prepared to meet with more merchants, Elena gathered the crew for a quick meeting. "We've faced challenges, but we cannot let fear control us. We will continue to trade and make allies. We will show everyone that we are strong, not just physically, but as a united crew." With a sense of purpose, the crew agreed. They were ready to face whatever came next. As they stepped out into the bustling market once more, they felt a renewed strength. The aliens may have underestimated them, but they would soon learn that humans were not to be taken lightly. Together, they would fight back against the darkness that threatened their mission, proving that they were more than just a footnote in the galaxy. They were a force to be reckoned with. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the trade hub. Captain Elena Ramirez stood at the helm of the SS Hope, her eyes scanning the crowd. After the attempted sabotage, she felt a sense of unease lingering in the air. The crew had prepared themselves for anything, but they knew that tensions were high. The aliens who had tried to steal their technology would not forget their defeat so easily. That evening, as the crew gathered for dinner, Jack spoke up. "I heard some rumors today. The aliens are planning a big fight. They are tired of losing to us and want to prove they are stronger." Elena's heart sank. "We can't let them intimidate us. We've already shown our strength in the contests, but if they want to fight, we have to be ready. We need to stand our ground." Just then, the ship's alarm blared, startling everyone. "All crew members, report to your stations," Elena commanded, her voice firm. They quickly moved to their positions, adrenaline pumping through their veins. As the crew prepared for action, Elena gathered them in the common area. "We need to stay united. If they come for us, we fight back. But remember, we don't want to hurt anyone unless we have to." Suddenly, the ship shook violently as the aliens launched an attack. "They're here!" Jack shouted, rushing to the control panel. Elena gripped the edge of the table, steadying herself. Outside, a group of alien fighters zoomed toward the SS Hope, their ships flashing bright colors as they swooped in. "We have to defend our ship," Elena yelled. "Everyone get ready for battle." Jack activated the ship's defense systems. "I'm locking onto their ships," he announced. The crew worked together, taking their positions, ready to fight. The tension in the air was thick as they waited for the aliens to strike. With a loud crash, the first alien ship collided with the SS Hope. Alarms blared as the impact shook the ship. "They've breached our outer defenses," one crew member cried. Elena took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. "Jack, get us out of here! We need to maneuver before they can get a shot at us." As the crew scrambled to regain control, Elena noticed a group of aliens boarding the ship through the damaged hull. "They're coming aboard!" she shouted. "Prepare to defend yourselves!" Jack moved to the airlock, ready to confront the incoming aliens. The air was thick with tension as the first alien stepped through, a hulking figure with sharp claws and fierce eyes. "You humans will pay for your arrogance!" it roared, charging forward. Elena stood firm, raising her weapon. "We won't back down! Get ready, everyone!" The crew engaged the aliens in fierce hand-to-hand combat. Elena fought alongside her crew, each member displaying incredible bravery. Jack tackled one alien while another crew member swung a metal pipe, knocking an enemy to the ground. They moved as one, each knowing their role. "Keep pushing them back!" Elena shouted, rallying her team. "We can't let them take our ship!" The fight raged on, the sound of clashing bodies and weapons echoing through the halls of the SS Hope. Elena saw Jack struggle against two aliens, his strength tested as he fought bravely. She rushed to his side, her heart pounding. "Jack, behind you!" she warned as another alien approached. He turned just in time, dodging the alien's attack and countering with a quick punch. Elena felt a rush of pride. They were holding their own. Outside, the battle intensified. The alien ship circled the SS Hope, firing blaster beams that lit up the darkening sky. The crew managed to fight off several intruders, but it was clear that more were coming. "Elena!" Jack called, panting heavily. "We need to get control of the ship back. If we don't, we won't survive this fight." "Let's do it together!" she shouted back, determination in her voice. They pushed forward, fighting through the remaining aliens with renewed strength. With a final surge of energy, the crew fought as one. They managed to push the remaining aliens back through the airlock, sealing it behind them. The crew cheered, but the fight was far from over. "Jack, get the ship moving!" Elena commanded. "We have to escape while we can!" As Jack worked to regain control, Elena took a moment to catch her breath. They had fought hard, but they knew this was just the beginning. The aliens would not give up easily, and they needed to prepare for whatever came next. With the SS Hope finally back in control, they blasted away from the battle zone, leaving the chaos behind. But Elena knew one thing for sure. They had proven themselves in the fight, and they were not going to back down. The humans would show the galaxy what they were made of, no matter the odds. The SS Hope soared through the stars, leaving the chaos of the trade hub far behind. Captain Elena Ramirez leaned against the control panel, her heart still racing from the fight. The crew had faced danger and emerged victorious, but they all knew the battle had changed everything. As the ship glided through space, Elena turned to her crew, who were still catching their breath. "We did it!" she shouted, a wide smile breaking across her face. The crew erupted into cheers, their spirits lifted by the victory they had achieved together. They had fought off a determined attack and defended their ship, proving that they were not to be taken lightly. However, Elena knew they couldn't rest for long. "We need to regroup and make a plan. This fight is far from over," she reminded them, her tone serious. The crew nodded, their excitement quickly turning to focus. They were in this together, and they needed to be ready for whatever came next. As they settled back into their routine, Jack turned to Elena, concern etched on his face. "Captain, do you think the aliens will try to attack us again?" They seemed pretty determined. Elena took a deep breath considering his words. "I think they will. We showed them that we are strong, but that also made us targets. We need to prepare for their next move." The crew spent the next few days reinforcing the ship's defenses and enhancing their weapons. Elena led training sessions, ensuring everyone was ready for battle. They practiced their moves and worked together, building their skills and trust in one another. During their downtime, the crew began to bond. They shared stories about Earth, laughed about their past adventures, and forged friendships that would last a lifetime. It was in these moments that Elena felt a sense of hope. They were not just surviving, they were thriving as a team. One evening, as they gathered for dinner, Elena noticed a change in the atmosphere. There was a new energy among the crew, a feeling of unity and purpose. "I know we have faced many challenges," she said, addressing them, "but I believe this is just the beginning for us. We are a force to be reckoned with, and we will not back down." Jack raised his glass. "To the SS Hope and her crew! May we continue to fight for our place in the stars." The crew cheered, clinking their glasses together, the sound echoing through the ship. Days turned into weeks, and the crew of the SS Hope became more skilled and confident. They explored new systems, encountered new species, and formed alliances with those who respected their strength. Elena worked tirelessly to spread the word about humanity, showcasing their capabilities and kindness to those willing to listen. One day, while scanning for new systems to explore, the ship's sensors picked up a distress signal. "Captain, we've got a message!" Jack exclaimed, his eyes wide with urgency. "It's coming from a nearby planet." Elena's heart raced. "Let's see what's going on. Prepare to make contact." She felt a surge of determination. They had the power to help those in need. As they approached the planet, Elena could see smoke rising from the surface. "It looks like they're under attack," she said, her brow furrowing. "We need to intervene!" The crew quickly devised a plan. They would offer assistance, showing that humans were not just strong fighters, but also allies. "We will show them that we care," Elena said firmly. "Let's go help them!" They descended to the planet's surface, where they saw a group of aliens battling against a larger enemy force. Without hesitation, Elena commanded her crew to engage. The SS Hope swooped down, firing at the enemy ships and creating a diversion. The locals stared in awe as the humans fought valiantly alongside them. Elena felt a rush of pride as her crew worked together seamlessly, proving their skills once again. With the combined efforts of the humans and the locals, they pushed back the attackers, saving the planet from destruction. As the dust settled, the grateful aliens gathered around the crew. They expressed their thanks, and Elena smiled, feeling the warmth of their appreciation. "We are honored to help," she replied. "We may be different, but we share the same goal, peace and safety for all." In that moment, Elena realized that they were no longer just a crew of the SS Hope. They were becoming ambassadors of humanity. They had turned a new page, forming alliances and helping those in need. As they prepared to leave the planet, Elena looked out at the stars, feeling a sense of purpose. They had faced many challenges, but they had emerged stronger and united. The galaxy was vast, and together they would continue to explore it, fighting for justice and spreading the message that humans were a force for good. With the SS Hope flying through the cosmos, Elena knew that their journey had just begun. The crew would face whatever came next, together, showing the universe that humans didn't care what others thought. They were ready to make their mark on the stars,